Thank you very much, Scott, and to everyone who's here today. Look, I'd just like to start by acknowledging the Wurundjeri people, the traditional owners on the land on which we're meeting, and pay my respect to their elders past, present and emerging. I'd also like to acknowledge Australia's Chief Scientist, Dr Kathy Foley, CSIRO's Chief Scientist, Professor Bronwyn Fox, Victoria's lead scientist, Dr Amanda Caples, and all other esteemed guests here today. I'll just start also by referencing what Scott said. I do have an engineering background, and I believe that means that I'm the only current serving member of the Victorian Parliament who has actually studied physics at university. However, as I'm sure many of you probably know, there's a bit of tension that goes on between the science students and the engineering students at university, and I don't think that the physics or the maths that I did could really hold a candle to those who are actually studying the pure maths and the pure physics. So at the end of my presentation, I won't be taking any questions on technical matters. You'll be pleased to hear that. But look, it is terrific to be here today, and particularly given the importance of quantum technology in solving some of the complex problems that we have today. I want to talk primarily just about innovation, or investing in innovation in quantum technology, and the support that the Victorian government is giving for innovation and R&D technologies. Innovation really is critical to driving economic growth and productivity, and we have a history of that not only in Australia but particularly in Victoria, such as flu vaccines, the Wirraway military aircraft, and way back to the Sunshine Harvester back at the turn of the 20th century. Innovations that have been developed in Victoria and have been exported to the world. And that's why we continue as a government to support research into fields and emerging fields such as quantum technology, and to put Victoria at the forefront of innovation. Victoria has a significant strength, particularly in areas such as quantum computing, photonics, quantum software development, and there is an opportunity to further build on this expertise, and I encourage our interstate and international colleagues that are here today to partner with our talented researchers and businesses to bring forward cutting-edge solutions that improve people's lives across the world. In terms of the government's investments, we're using our Breakthrough Victoria Fund to invest for innovation and impact, from pre-seed right through to supporting high-growth companies that have had early-stage success. Through the fund, we're investing in innovative businesses like Inflection and Quantum Brilliance, two companies in the rapidly evolving sector. Both companies are here today, and if you haven't already, I'd encourage you to visit them, and as well as the Victorian Government booth, which I popped into a short time ago. In terms of the support for innovation and research and development, Victoria is very well placed to harness emerging opportunities in new technologies, thanks to our highly skilled workforce, our research ecosystem and our R&D capabilities. Our state has more than 271,000 tech workers across the economy, which represents about 30% of the entire Australian tech workforce, compared to about 25% of the total population. In terms of research, our world-class universities, 16 major medical research institutes, and Australia's only synchrotron all contribute to our global leadership in the field. We can also thank local companies and local arms of global companies based here for providing new solutions to traditional industries. And as part of this, the Victorian Government has committed $15 million into the Industry Research and Development Infrastructure Fund to incentivise local businesses to increase their research and development activity. In conclusion, Victoria is a global leader in innovation. We invest in bold ideas from talented researchers and organisations that can bring cutting-edge solutions that improve people's lives around the world. It is absolutely fantastic that this conference is being held here in Melbourne, And I do want to pay tribute to the CSIRO for organising and initiating, and the Victorian Government for initiating this first international conference on quantum energy. And it's a fantastic occasion for our leading talent to get together with colleagues from across the country, and I know many of you have come from across the world, to discuss the emerging challenges and opportunities. And I wish you a very successful conference for the next day and a half. Thank you.
Okay, so I was wondering how important it is to retain talent that comes from overseas in Australia. And speaking for myself, I think it's not as easy as I was hoping. I was coming here to Australia as a PhD, and there's a few pathways that one can take to stay in Australia after their studies. But I was wondering if the government is planning to do something at the level of the state or at the level of the country in order to facilitate that in general, so to say, to retain that expertise. Yeah.
So the question was about retaining talent, particularly for higher education, people who have higher education degrees. I think that's a really good question, and I think it's a challenge. I know it's one that I have been talking about with colleagues at the moment. For those who are from Victoria, you may be aware that the government's been doing a lot of work in terms of retraining and upskilling, but that's probably more more of a training at a TAFE level. I think there is a lot more work to be done for those who have those higher end degrees, and how that pathway can be facilitated so that that talent is retained in Victoria and in Australia more broadly. So in terms of a sort of a specific response, there's probably nothing at the moment, but it is something that is certainly one that I'm aware of, and I've been already having some conversations